take a look at yourself. How much you feel so caught up with your everyday life. Even if you were to really look at yourself from a detached position, you might identify that you don't really have much going on. But that in reality, it's just all emotions. Waste thoughts, waste ideas, waste visions, which means too many thoughts without a clear focus or purpose. And you don't feel like you're connecting the dots with life. There's just no love left in you. And instead of the love that is your great power, the attachment has taken you over. Attached to the food you eat, attached to your name, attached to your gender, attached to the color of your skin, attached to your features, attached to the language you speak. You've been so much caught up in your physical existence that that's all you think about. And this subtle, very intuitive, sacred, almost like an invisible thought process, which is your connection to God's light, God's love, Baba. It's like it's disappeared from us. You go to work and you talk to your colleagues. When's the last time your colleagues at work asked you, what was your experience like with God today or with your meditation? What was your experience like with God or with your meditation? At work. Because if you can gossip and talk about each other at work, you can definitely talk about your spiritual experiences, right? But how often do you do it? When you call a friend at home to pass some time, to spend time, or when you're in the car driving from work back home, and you just happen to dial a callback number, or you just thought of someone and then you call the number. Hey, Om Shanti, how are you? What are you up to? Oh, I'm heading home. How was your day? It was exhausting. You working on a project? Yeah, I'm working on how to change the world. Oh, what did you come up with? I have a new invention. It's called Change the Way You Think. I'm trying to find a way in how to package that. So we can just change the way we're thinking. You're kidding me. Well, you know they have some apps and this. I mean, I don't mind having conversations with friends about these things. But instead we might talk about, did you watch the news? Did you hear what so-and-so said? At the Miami airport, when you walk through it, there's a big sign that says love, love, love. It's covered with flowers all around it. And I will pause every time I travel in that airport. And I look at that sign. I said, I know it's the cure. And I wonder how many people are pausing and looking at the sign like me. I haven't seen anyone yet. Love. 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 It heals. It brings people together. It inspires. It creates. And love will even destroy whatever's not working for you. You could be in a marriage for 30 years and you really didn't love the person. nor did the person even love you. I was joking with a sister the other day. On one side, one person doesn't want to come and see you, and on the other side, the other person doesn't want to see that person, but the destiny is saying you both have to come together for love to exist. You ever had that reunion with a family member? They don't want to go to the reunion. The other one doesn't want to go to the reunion. Both are feeling the same energy, but the universe says you have to come together. Love is the way. And every time you use the energy of love, life gets easy for you. Every time I'm in a complicated moment, a moment of conjecture, I'll go inside and say, Jen, what does love want of you? Instantly, the answer becomes very apparent. At least for that moment, I get it. And my aim and my objective, I want to become so filled with love for me. Don't you? I think about it a lot. I look at my life and I look at myself and I sit in my own company and I'll ask, have you cultivated enough love that will last you for many, many, many births to come? And as much as I want to say yes, I can only say one day. But the irony to the equation is we were all born with love, and love has always been a power in the soul. But all the traumas, the sense of guilt or shame, the abandonment, the disrespect, criticisms, judgments, comparison, competition, all of these energies that are always around us on a regular basis, it sort of drowned out the love within. And you have to practice teachings like the Brahma Kumaris Raj Yoga. Go to your temples, your synagogues. Keep inspired, keep watching The Next Normal, in order to keep feeding that love that is within you. Because if you don't have a mechanism to remind you that love is your greatest force, then what do you have? You might not be able to keep up. You're going to listen more to the world, and it drowns out your love. Agendas and duties and assignments and visitors and people, they come. And if I'm not in a good place, it gets overwhelming. My attachment is focused on something else, and I can't take anymore. I don't want to take anymore. And the I that says I can't take anymore, I don't want anymore, is the attachment. It's the ego. They have very limited point of views about myself. They don't believe much in me, by the way. Ego and attachment will not believe how loving, loved, and lovable you are. It won't accept it. It will continuously send you thoughts to try to believe you can't do enough, you don't have what it takes, forget it, give up, curl up under the sheets, don't open the blinds, just give in. And the only thing the love within you is trying to signal to you is, can you just look at me under the sheets? Just open your eyes just a little bit. Just let a little bit of the sunlight in. Just a little bit. Because once you get a little bit of the view of love, it opens you up again. It fascinates me. 8 billion human beings have forgotten how to love and stay in a loving environment. It's amazing. I can love my family. I can love my religion. I can love my language. I can love my dress. I can love my race. But I don't love yours. Does that even make sense? I love being a Hindu, but I don't love Muslims. I love being Jewish, but I don't care for Christians. I love being a Buddhist, but those Taiwanese are giving me a hard time. I love America, vote Democratic. I love America, vote Republican. And these two factions in America keep being so unkind to each other. There's just no love anywhere. And it just doesn't set a right tone for this generation and the future generations to come. Or maybe they will have figured it out and say, I don't know what's up with you adults, but that's not the way to be. And maybe the kids, because of their innocence, will show the adults the way to love. But if you follow this world, it will drown out God and it will drown out love. But there is a silver lining. And that silver lining is because I don't care how low I get, or how much I turn away from my divinity I get, one day that love will come and rescue me. I was in downtown D.C. and going by an office, and I was passing by, a young woman came to me. It was obvious that she was homeless. I could look in her hands and her fingers and her feet. And she asked me for some food and some money. And when she asked me for the food or some money, I could suspect maybe she was on some kind of drug, just by the way she was uncomfortable in her skin. And I stopped, And when I looked at her, I knew this woman didn't want to be in this state. And I asked her, how did you end up here? Are you on the streets? She said, yes. How long have you been on the streets? Over a year. What happened? I couldn't pay my rent. I can't give you money, but can I buy you some food? Yes, please, can you? I bought her a cheese pizza, no pepperoni, I'm vegetarian, and the soda. And I came out of the store. I looked at her with so much love and I said, you've got to fight this. You've got to do whatever you can do to get out of this. You have it in you. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. I have no idea if I'll ever see that woman again. But I know that my love at that moment just wanted her to find some element of hope. And I looked at her as if I was God's incarnated in just wanting his child to be good again, to believe in herself, to stand up. I'd be so amazed if I met her 2-3 years from now and she had her act together. I would know that it was that vision of love that did it. I wouldn't question it. It's the same way you have to look at yourself in the mirror and find that love that's within you and stop drowning it out by listening too much to this world of noise and chaos. Let's take a moment and go into our vibration of love from my Om Shanti album with Grammy winner Ricky Cage. Let's just go into it. Vibrations of love. And some say love is a verb. But much deeper than that, love is a vibration. It is that energy that stirs the soul and opens up the heart. Vibrations of love call out to the divine that connects us with the beauty of life and the oneness of it all. I need not to say it with words, although it is always nice to hear, but greater still is to feel it. Vibrations of love lift me higher, and I fill the empty spaces within the soul. It is the divine in its purest essence. It is me at the height of my being. I am vibrations of love. So I love that album, by the way. It's one of my favorites. I'm hoping to do another one really soon. Let's go to our awakened intelligence and see what ideas it has to tell us. What is spiritual love? Spiritual love is a profound and transcendent form of love that goes beyond physical attraction or emotional connection. That's so true. Spiritual love is unconditional. It is selfless. It focuses on the well-being and growth of others rather than on a personal gain or gratification. This is so much needed now. Compassion. It involves a deep sense of empathy, true, universal. Spiritual love transcends boundaries of race, religion, nationality, and even political parties. So true. Transformative. This type of love has the power to transform individuals and relationships, fostering inner peace, healing, and growth. Divine connection. Spiritual love often involves a sense of connection to a higher power or the divine, and it can be experienced through prayer, meditation, spiritual practices. Inner fulfillment. Unlike romantic or emotional love, spiritual love brings a sense of inner fulfillment and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances or a physical need to be with someone. Isn't that interesting? Spiritual love recognizes and honors the divine spark within oneself and others, and living in a way that reflects this deeper understanding of interconnectedness and unity. So we need to drown out the noise out there that is pulling us away from love within, which is a spiritual love. And we need to really reconnect to the love that we are. Let's turn to our beautiful, the Sister Gita effect. Hear what she has to share with us today.
Spiritual education teaches how to keep the mind free from tension and fluctuation. An unsteady mind is the result of letting yourself be strongly influenced by human situations. Spiritual awareness keeps you centered and thus protected. You claim increasing happiness and help others to do the same. The world at present seems to be a supermarket of sorrow. Don't buy any of those goods. A good spiritual education teaches you how to be discerning in your shopping. Refuse to accept anything but happiness from others as well as the world. Refuse it. Thank you. Om Shanti.
All right, so beautiful. I don't feel she's gone. The Sister Gita effect has her spirit of service with us. So the Avyak signals that I read every morning are very elevated thoughts from above. We're focusing on them, on uplifting those who defame you. This is our month. You can sustain any soul with your benevolent attitude and feelings. You can sustain any soul with your benevolent attitude and feelings. No matter how much a soul defames you, you can make that soul into one who uplifts others with the sustenance that you give to them. No matter how bad a soul may be, purify that soul with your attitude of being a purifier. Example, a mother never looks at the weaknesses or defects of her children. She always has the feeling of putting them right. Similarly, stabilize in your form of a sustainer for others, and you will be able to continue to make accurate progress. So lovely. Thanks everyone for joining us on the next normal. We're running a little bit out of time, but as I close the show every day, you want to break your attachment? Just practice loving everybody the same. Don't let your ego get the best of you. That someone does something to you and you stop loving them. You don't give anyone permission to do that. Love is your power. Don't reduce it for anything or for anyone. Serve your spirit first. With that level of spiritual love, let it transcend in your relationships, finance, health, environment, city, state, country. And be patient. Your reward will follow. Take care of yourself. All the best. Stay tuned. I'll see you again soon. Om Shanti.